Hello, Football Nation. This is Ziki here, and I hope I find you well. Hoping you're having a great weekend. Let's talk football. Let's talk Zimbabwean football. Now, I think some 2 weeks ago or so, I shared with you Kutijoni Highlanders. He'd hired South African coach, that is Senong, right? And he even arrived in Zimbabwe. Even though later on we saw some news that he went back to South Africa because of some work permit issues, this and that. Now that being said, earlier prior to that again, I had also been here talking about how Wicknow Chivayo wanted Benjani Mwaruwari to take over as the coach for Highlanders, so that he promised that he was going to give the money to cover for that, assignment for Benjani Mwaruwari. And also remember, Wicknow Chivayo is the, one of those greatest sponsors for Highlanders. But Highlanders did not heed to what Wicknow Chivayo had said. Remember, they put out a statement, a press release saying that, what Chivayo said was okay, but they were not going to follow it like that. They were going to follow the proper channels of how they appoint a coach. And later on, we saw them appointing Senong, taking over. And there was a lot of reports around that. People saying, Highlanders says snobbed Chivayo. They don't want to listen to Chivayo. They just want to do their own things, which is okay. Now, fast forward today, we are now talking of Benjani Mwaruwari now being the coach for Highlanders. Now, the question a lot of people are asking is, how did that even happen? Okay, was it an issue where Highlanders, they didn't have money or sponsorship wasn't coming, so they had to, to give in to what the sponsor was offering? So zvinonzi ane mari ndiye mukuru. Ukaona kumaraini kunomudzi mudhara changori mwana mudiki. If you've got money, vanhu vese nyangwe vanhu vakuru nevadii vese vanenge kuti mudhara muri sei. So was it an issue yokuva mudhara in the sense yokuti Chivayo ane mari, so maybe because they had supposedly snubbed him by bringing Senong, money issues were involved, and you come to think of it, like there are many things we can talk about. First of all, Senong, I really didn't know much about him, but I know that in South Africa he was going to be he was successful in South Africa. So coming to Zimbabwe was also very good in the sense that bringing in a coach, but a foreign but local coach. You understand what I'm saying? Because South Africa, Zimbabwe, we can just say, you're just crossing the border to the other side and taking over. But again, seeing him going back, sometimes some of these things, they cause a lot of, I don't know how to say. Anyway, moving forward to what I wanted to talk about, I'm saying now that Benjani Mwaruwari is taking over Highlander Bosso, let's see again how they're going to play in the upcoming season, which is going to be beginning in March. I also remember that when Senong was appointed, he was also talking about the preparations for March, this and that, even though that did not happen. And now his place has been taken over by Benjani Mwaruwari. Now, the interesting thing that we need to talk about right now is that in as much as we are talking about Highlanders having Benjani Mwaruwari, Scotland FC is also going to be having Peter Love. So the interesting part is this: we're now going to be seeing a situation where two